What's up, YouTube? Got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the YoyoFreaks Mono. So the Mono is the mono-metal version of the hashtag, which was a undersized bimetal. But this is the mono-metal version. So this is in Spacegasm. Very cool. Looks very good. I really dig this colorway a lot. And here it is, just for size comparison. It fits inside the Bimom. It is pretty small, but it's actually pretty wide. For a tiny yo-yo, it's almost as wide as the Bimom. Well, maybe not almost, but pretty wide. But got a very small diameter, very small yo-yo. Fits in your pocket, and pretty comfortably fits in your pocket, as you can see. Is that a yo-yo in your pocket, or are you just excited to see me? But let's talk about it. So, tiny yo-yos usually aren't my thing because I generally find them hard to use. They either play like a rock, or they're too small, and they don't spin long enough, and it's hard to do tricks on them. While this isn't the easiest yo-yo in the world to use, it far and away exceeds the play and ability of most tiny yo-yos, at least that I've played. It is still sort of kind of a novelty tiny throw, but it's really good. Like, it works. Like, if you just need a tiny yo-yo to throw in your pocket or something, take to the mall, take to the wherever, just because you're going to be bored and you want to throw yo-yo tricks, but, you know, you need something to be able to shove somewhere and not be all bulky or whatever. Like, this is bulky. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, this is not easily concealable. This is a big yo-yo, but this is a full-size yo-yo. This is not bulky. You could stick it in a jacket pocket or, you know, your back pocket or whatever, and there's really, you know, not a whole lot of material or hugeness to it. But it's pretty cool. Nice little finger spin nub in there. Basically the same as the hashtag was, just mono metal. Nice big beefy rims. One of the nicest things about it is, although it does feel a little bit hefty, I don't really think you can get away from that with mono metal, like, tiny throws, but it does feel a little bit hefty. It doesn't feel like a rock on the string. That's kind of my biggest thing, and I think, like, with the Heist, you know, it spun okay and it was fine, but, like, it just, man, it was all stainless steel, and that thing just felt like a rock. So, you know, that tends to be my issue with them, but this really kind of fixed a good many of them. Is it going to be my favorite yo-yo of all time? No, but it's definitely pretty cool. So let's go ahead and throw it around, and I'll show you what this thing can do. Alright guys, we are back with the YoyoFreaks Mono. So first thing you notice when you throw the Mono is that it doesn't play that small, and that's because it's a pretty wide yo-yo. Has a pretty decent spin time. It's not exceptional. It's not an overly long spin time because it is just kind of a tiny yo-yo, but I'd say it spins a little bit longer than the Heist does as far as that's concerned. So to me, it's like it's pretty good in that regard. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty decent pocket throw. I don't really have trouble hitting tricks with it. Binds nice. The grind finish is pretty good. It's basically the same grind finish that the other YoyoFreaks have. It's like just a blasted matte finish. Very nice. Same white YoyoFreaks pads, or the Buddha pads that come on everything. Buddha bearing as well. Love the Buddha bearings. They're very reliable, very stable. Very rarely do I ever have any problems with them, and I have tons of them. So very cool in that regard. There is a finger spin dimple. Now, because it's a small yo-yo, you can't miss. But if you hit it, you get good finger spins out of it. And I totally hit the ground. But that was a good finger spin. Definitely is a great little finger spin yo-yo. Kind of doesn't spin that long as a finger spin, just because it's very tiny. It doesn't have that much weight. It doesn't carry that much momentum. But you can do them. Clearly, you can do finger spins on these, and it does really good finger spins. As far as thumb grinds are concerned, again, hitting the tiny little lip is going to be, you know, kind of a challenge, but there's enough room to fit your thumb in there, and it can do thumb grinds. Binds are nice and tight, no problems there. It's not grabby, it's not slippy, just about what you want, just about what you'd expect. And it's really not that hard. Like, the kind of extra wideness to it kind of makes it pretty easy to hit tricks, which is sort of like an issue I've had with other small yo-yos because I'm not that good. But it does kind of make you focus on what you're doing and be very deliberate in your tricks because it is a smaller yo-yo. You know, all intents and purposes, I dig it. This is a great little pocket throw. Probably the best one I've ever played. And it being a mono metal, it's not going to be very expensive. Especially, you know, coming from YoyoFreaks. But let's go ahead and stick it back on the desk. We'll take it apart. And, died during my split the gerbil. Or, yeah, skin the gerbil. Split the gerbil. That would be a filthy trick. But let's go ahead and stick it on the desk. We will take it apart, and I'll show you guys what the insides look like. Alright guys, we are back on the desk with the YoyoFreaks Mono. Let's take this bad boy apart, shall we? The Zipline Strings always look really good on just about every yo-yo, if you guys haven't noticed. There's a color for everything. But, so we're going to take this apart. Comes apart okay. It's a little, like, it was a little squeaky the first time I took it apart. But, seems to be fine now. Comes with that 5-cut Buddha bearing. That's pretty much excellent. Spins good. I haven't had to lube it. I haven't had to maintain it. It just works. And, that's really what you want yo-yo bearings to do. You just want them to work. And the Buddha bearings seem to just do that. White pads, generally not my favorite, but seems to work fine in this yo-yo. I have no complaints. Looks good, too, with this colorway. Colorway looks good all the way through. No weird machining marks or anodization mess-ups or anything like that. Just generally looks good. Nothing to really shake your fist at there. As you can see, it's kind of like got an interesting like cut to it. It kind of almost looks like a Silenus, just the way that like kind of has that big beefy rim there, and it like kind of comes up. So it is sort of like an organic H-shaped yo-yo. See, a little bit squeaky. You'll have that. A little bit squeaky, but that's okay. Goes together nice. Yeah, a little organic H-shape, kind of wide, especially for how small the diameter is, which makes it a lot easier to hit tricks. This is really a great yo-yo to stick in your pocket and take with you. No real complaints in that regard at all. But let's go over pros and cons. So, pros is this thing is going to be cheap. I'm not exactly sure how cheap it is, but I'll figure it out and I'll put it up here. And other pros is comes with a nice grind finish. Like, there really wasn't anything left out. Like, despite being sort of an inexpensive yo-yo and just kind of a little pocket throw, it was designed with everything in mind. You can thumb grind, you can finger spin, it's got a great grind blast finish, comes in great colorways, and, you know, they're going to be readily available for the most part. These are part of the 100 series. All 100 of them will drop. It'll be a limited drop, same as all the YoyoFreaks stuff. There'll be 100 of them to drop in different colorways, and that'll be that. But it's, you know, you can usually get them. They'll probably drop, I think, this coming Friday. And more or less, it'll be up through Friday, a little bit of Saturday. You'll be able to get them still, depending on what color you want. I would jump on it immediately. As soon as I know that it drops, I will put the link down both in the description and in the comments and pin it of this video. But I don't have the exact drop time and date as of yet. JD hasn't given them to me. So as soon as I know, I will let you know, and you guys can pick these up. I mean, cons, you know, not really a ton to speak of. If tiny yo-yos aren't your thing, you may still even want to give this one a try, because it's a little bit wider, and if you haven't liked tiny yo-yos in the past, you might like this one because it kind of outperforms them. The extra little bit of width really helps to like hit the tricks, make it a little more user-friendly than, say, you know, the Mighty Flea or something like that. It makes it a little more user-friendly than that, and that's kind of another, like, just nice thing about it. No huge cons to speak of. I mean, you know, it's a little squeaky when you open it and close it. Mine is anyway, so I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem to have any problems in that regard. It just is that way. You know, the anode looks good. The only con I could think of is that, you know, there's only 100 of them, and if tiny yo-yos aren't your thing, like a lot of tiny yo-yos kind of haven't been my thing. You know, this may not be your absolute favorite yo-yo, but it's fun, and for what it is, it's pretty great. So, you know, huge shout out to JD, kudos to JD and YoyoFreaks for designing this, because it's pretty cool, and, you know, nothing more fun than getting a fun YoyoFreaks colorway and fun YoyoFreaks yo-yo. They always sell out. They're always really cool. And this one's no exception. So if you've got all the other YoyoFreaks stuff, or if YoyoFreaks stuff intrigues you, you're definitely going to want to try one of these out. Pick one of these up if you can. They usually go pretty quick. But again, stay tuned to Throws and Brews. I will let you know. Stay tuned to this video, and I'll share it on Facebook and all that other stuff. And I'll let you know once they become available. But that is it, guys. This is the YoyoFreaks Mono, and it's pretty freaking cool. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. I do yo-yo videos every single day. But thanks so much for watching. Cheers to you. I'll see you guys next time.